Hey guys, Hammad from MMA Diagnosis, and we have a very special guest. He's the first professional boxer on our show, and he's a WBO European Super Flyweight Champion, Kaisy Khademi. How are you, my brother?
Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me.
It's nice. Thank you for having you on. Thank you for coming on. And obviously, you got a big fight coming up against Ijaz Ahmed, February 27th, on the Frampton versus Herring card. How you feeling? How's training camp going? Everything good?
Everything's been blessed. Been training very hard. Just can't wait to get on them lights now. It's been a very long time, but yeah.
All right, nice. What I like to do in my interviews is I like to start off obviously with from your beginning to where you're currently at. So obviously you're born in a place called Afghanistan. For the listeners that may not know about the region, if you could just give a description from your journey from Afghanistan to now where you are in London, England, if you could just summarize it, that would be amazing.
So I was born in Kabul in 1994, and that time is during war. I think Taliban took over as well. So it was um, it was a very bad time for us. Well, for all the Afghans that were there. The the Taliban took over. They were very brutal at that time. They were killing lots of innocent people. So we start becoming a refugee in 1998, making our way towards Pakistan. So we were in Pakistan for 2 years in Peshawar. Pakistan was a great country. We were there. The first year and a half that we were there, we were very safe. We were all happy and all good until some people that came for my dad, and they pulled out AK-47 on him, and they threatened him. So my brother that was in UK at that time, he wanted us to come to UK, so he wasn't safe there as well. There was people after us, was threatening us for a lot of other reasons. And so we started our journey in 2000. It was we left Pakistan, and we came towards UK. So we came on foot. We couldn't afford the plane, coming on plane, so we went to Russia, and from Russia we just walked from borders to borders in Europe until we get to Germany, and then from Germany we were there for about 6 months, and then it was a point where my family was wanting to give up. They was like, oh, let's just stay in Germany, which was a better country. The government was good and all that, but and my mom, my parents, I was very young, I was 6 years old, but my parents' aim and goal was to get to UK. That was the goal that was set in their mind, and they didn't stop there. So we still carried on with our journey. Went to Paris, and from France we came to UK, the back of the truck at the end, and we got here in 2002, and the rest has been history.
Wow, man, that's a crazy journey, man. So when you first landed into England, how was that feeling? How was that?
You know, I was in I was in a lorry, and the top it was a fruit lorry, so it had a refugee at the top, and I was at the top. The family was at the bottom, so I was the only guy at the top, and the wind was in the refugee wind was just blowing on me. So when the police opened the lorry, the first person they took out the van, the lorry was me. They pulled me out, and I was around 8 almost, yeah. I was 8, and I was frozen, man. My face was frozen, everything, and yeah, man. I just happened to get out of that lorry, but it was great. I mean, we got taken to custody, and then they wanted to find out who we are, and obviously my brother filled in a form saying that he's gonna take the responsibility with us, and he's gonna be financially helping us. So my brother came, and from Dover he took us, and we were the first place that we landed was in Dalston, which is North London. So yeah, we stayed there. It was great. I mean, it's been great.
Wow, man. I mean, like, how old was your brother at the time? Because obviously that's a big, you know,
Uh, my brother at that time,
yeah.
sorry, my brother at that time was I think probably 21, 22.
Okay,
He
wow.
used to work very hard, man. I mean, he had 3 shifts. He used to work, and by the time we got there, he had he
Yes.
shared a fish and chip shop. So it was good. I mean, he was working very hard. He was making the right moves at that time, I guess.
Crazy story, man. I mean, so obviously you're in England now, you know, You've come from Afghanistan. How was it in school? Did you get picked on, or was it like, school was good, or?
My private school was a great school. I mean, it was very close to my house. But it was because the 9/11 happened, so people was acting different towards me, and my English wasn't that good as well. So it was hard the first 2 years, but as my English improved, as I got along with people, I mean, as soon as I get to know them properly, and we got along well. And then I went to secondary school is when I kind of changed up. Maybe I got into too much being around people that was bad, I guess. I picked up some bad habit and stuff, and my family wasn't happy because I was keep getting in trouble from school. And my family said, "Listen, we came from a poor country, from a poor family. You can't be doing this. You need to get yourself involved. If you like fighting, go find a club or something to just do. Keep yourself out of the bad people." And then I just went to my local boxing gym. At that time, it was Wolfminster Club KL. And I entered the gym the first day. There was a kid who was watching the amateur spar, and there's a kid next to me with the beginning class. And they're like, "Oh," he goes, "Do you want to spar me?" He's probably been there for about 3 weeks. And I said, "Yeah, I like fighting." So I said, "Yeah." So we put a pair of gloves and, the bell ring, and I just run towards him and, start throwing punches. And as I opened my eyes, the guy was on the floor. So the coach goes to me, "You have great speed." So that's when the story of boxing started. And I fell in love with the sports, I guess.
Wow. So how old were you then when you
I
obviously?
was, I was I was about 15.
Oh,
Yeah,
15.
15
Okay.
and a half. Yeah, I started a bit late, but yeah, 15 and a half I was. Um,
Okay. So you're 15. You dropped the guy. Your first sparring session.
yeah, first it was
That
like
is crazy.
the kid just asked me. I don't know why, for what reason. Maybe because when I was training up, I was probably doing the other stuff, and I don't know. He just maybe didn't like me. I don't know what it was, but he asked me, "Go, do you want to spar?" I said, "Yeah, sure." Maybe he was the better one from the beginner class, and he asked. I was like, "All right, cool." Well, I just like fighting, so. And my coach was no Turner at that time, and he goes to me, "You got a great speed," and he carried on working with me, for the first a year, 2 year. I was training, but I was more for a white collar fighter. I was training for white collar. I was doing white collar boxing, so I was fighting guys. Although I was 15, I was fighting guys that was way older than me, 10 kilo bigger than me. But had some home shows that I won. I went, most of the other fights was away show, but I still carried on winning them as well. So it was great.
Wow, man. Yeah, man.
And eventually, I think it was age of 17.
Okay.
Sorry, at the age of 17, I think I just and I thought, yeah.
All right. So after you did a few for white collar. How's your like amateur experience, like record, or did you have
Oh,
any?
amateur. I mean, yeah, I've had about 28 amateur fight. I came 22 on top. Came, 6 of them came short by points. But the sixth fight that I came short was against tough opponent. Great opponents, like high level opponent at that time. I lost to Lucian Reed. There was at that time he was 3-time national amateur champion. I lost to Kieran O'Neill by very short points. So, but like it was like 2-1 away from him. But it was good. I mean, I wasn't really at that when I got to the elite level of my amateur career. I wasn't training like I'm training now. I was just doing it for the fun of it. It was Tuesday and Thursday we're training. Tuesday and Thursday we're training, and that's it. I wasn't training really hard for it.
Yeah, so so you were 22 and 6 with your amateur, and then like for people that may have not know boxing or like may have not trained, how do you describe the difference between the amateur and now you're professional? How would you describe the difference between the two?
Oh, I mean, if you in amateur, if someone asked me, well, how far would you reckon we'll go in the pro? I would never thought I would go this far, because I never had a goal. I was just doing it for the fun and hobby of it. I just like competition, and at the pro is different. You have to be very dedicated. So I'm training like 6 times a week, 2 to 3 times a day. Very disciplined you have to be, because you're wearing a small glove and it's a hurting game. You have to you have to go there hurting your opponent. That's the whole aim of the pro boxing. If you don't, think that guy's coming to hurt you. So, yeah, I mean, and now I think my dreams, as I start going into the pro, my dream become a bit bigger. My goal has become bigger. And as soon as I started pro, I mean, I had all these big visions, and I just been working towards these visions. And so yeah, I'm the first Afghan British to get to win my 10-rounder on my 5th pro fight. Then win the WBO European. So I'm just trying to, be the first Afghan British to just make history. Trying to do things. I think, yeah.
Yeah, because like you're like I said, you're one of the few Afghani boxers that I know, because there's quite a few MMA fighters of with the Afghani community, like Siya Badahaza, we got the Nasrat Hasrat, you got quite a few, but in boxing there's not many, and you're like one of the few that I know. So obviously WBO European, like I said, you were the first. How does it feel representing the Afghani community in the boxing world?
The reason I started to, I'm always going to represent the Afghan British, because I'm British. That this country has given me the opportunity to get to where I'm at. Yeah. So I'm always going to have fully the flag with the Afghan flag with it. The Afghan flag is because my mom and dad is, where I was born. So it's just that part of what I have to represent. At the end of the day, that bloodline is always going to be Afghani because of my parents, and my parents had that the Afghan morals and the Afghan thing to teach me. Like, so we not, I'm like, when I'm at home, we Afghani, like, as in, they're teaching all the Afghan thing that they've learned, and be respectful and all this stuff. So yeah, I mean, that's the reason I want to carry on. And I've met a lot of Afghani people that are lost here. They come through refugee, and their family helped them to come to UK to give them, so they can work and help them out back home. And they come here, they get involved in drugs and the streets. And I just want to open their eyes. Listen, this Afghan refugee came through a very hard journey. Like, not like maybe like most of them. I've come from a very hard journey, and I'm here to open everyone's eyes. This country is full of opportunity. You just have to use it positively, and you'll go forward, and you'll make everyone happy. You won't be in trouble. You won't get in trouble. So this the reason that's the reason I'm trying to say that Afghan refugee. I'm trying to get to the Afghan community. I'm trying to show them that. And also in Afghanistan, there's always been a war. So if I can motivate a new generation of Afghanistan to be involved in sports is a beautiful thing, because everyone, it doesn't matter where you're from, through the sports you communicate. It's just a beautiful thing. That's the thing about the sports, and I just want them to be involved in sports. And sports it's a healthy, and it's a great thing for everyone, I think.
Yeah, because like we know, like Afghanis have always been known in history as warriors, and it's kind of crazy that you're in boxing, you're boxing champion. It's like, what it's meant to be, right? That was a great message to the youth, because as you can see, we see a lot of stabbings now in the news, a lot of gang violence. So it's good that there's a positive role model within the Afghani community, and we see many other communities have boxers that do great things. So
thank you.
I want to talk about a big thing that's happened for you. You signed with Frank Warren, and you'll be competing on the Queensberry Promotions platform. So how was that signing for you?
I mean, the signing been great because of my last fight. We became the WBO European Super Flyweight. The Queensberry Promotion, they signed a contract, which was a great contract, and I thought this is the platform where I need to be in order for the people, that the message that I want to really cross, I can get to my people. So it's a great platform. So if not just Afghan people, any refugees out there, if I can show that this refugee kid done it, you lot can do it. All the people, because nowadays a lot of kids that come from other countries to here, because they're not allowed to work, they get card given. It's hard for them, understand. But they don't need to be on the street and then get involved with the wrong people to start something. And if I can pass that message on through the BT platform, I think it'd be great. You get the message, you get much faster to them. Maybe we'll save a few of them. If that can happen, I'll be very happy.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, big deal in it, signing with that. And now you obviously you got a fight now, February 27th, Ijaz Ahmed. What do you think of your opponent, and how do you feel like your styles match up?
I mean, Ijaz Ahmed is a great fight. He's a middling champion, so he's coming to give a fight. He fought his last fight was against RV Horn for WBO European flyweight title. And from what I heard, it was a very, very close fight. So I know he's bringing A game, and it's everything for him to win. So he's gonna give everything, and he trains hard. He's been training hard for this fight. We had a very long camp both of us. We were both frustrated, obviously, because we couldn't get the fight earlier. But I know he's coming to put on his A game, and I'm just happy to be back in the ring and giving an excitement fight, an entertaining fight for the fans.
Nice. And so obviously, what are you expect interest in competing against obviously fellow British boxers, Charlie and Sonny Edwards, who are in the flyweight and super flyweight division? How do you see you matching up with them? Like, what's your opinion on them? Like,
they're great fighters. I've sparred with them. They're absolutely like I said, Charlie was a former world champion, so he's a great talent, and so is Sonny. Sonny is definitely going to be a world champion. So he's on his own journey to become world champion. I think Sonny, because he's very ranked high in the older the ranking, the build ranking, like the WBO, IBF. So he's very close to get his hands on those titles. And I'm on my journey from my way to get to the world title. So, sorry about that. I'm on my way to get to the title, and hopefully that's my plan. My plan is to meet with him with Sonny in the future. And, I've set myself a performance for this fight. If I can pull that performance, then I'll be calling one of the bigger names out there. So, that's why I'll tell everyone to tune in for this fight. But me and Sonny, Sonny's in his own journey, but we'll definitely meet up in the future. Same as Charlie. Charlie's, I think he wants to be 2-time world champion, so he's in his own thing. But just watch out for this fight. Hopefully, I pull out the performance. I'm gonna call the name out.
Nice, you heard that, people. A big call out after this fight. So I'm gonna ask you something. It's gonna be a bit off topic. So Jake Paul, he's fighting against an MMA fighter, Ben Askren, in a boxing match. Do you feel like these type of matches kind of ruin the sport of boxing, or do you feel like it's it's a positive thing, more people, more eyeballs? What's your take on that kind of scene?
From my opinion, I think it's 50-50. It has a good there's a positive side to for the boxing, and there's a negative part. The negative part is like, all right, there's a lot of boxers that's been grinding all the years in the amateurs and all that, and they can't make no even quarter of what Jake Paul them lot making and getting all the attention as they're getting. So it shows that to people that don't know about boxing, they think it's easy to make it. So that's why, in a way, it's bad, because there's a lot of boxers out there, a lot of great talents, and they can't get nowhere near to the platform where they are, like Jake Paul's fighting that UFC fighter. And it's because they've been dedicating their life since maybe ages 6, 7, 8, some of them, and they can't nowhere near get that. And then the positive side is bringing new audience to the sports, and certain boxers might be on the undercard of that. They might get a better chance of getting publicity. So it plays 50-50. So
yeah, because I think it's a bit ridiculous.
I mean, if you be realistic, if Jake Paul fought someone, a boxer that is on his level, or what, not on his level, that has similar fight, and that is his weight, and it's a 50-50 fight, I don't think Jake Paul will win any of his fighting a boxer with a good amateur pedigree. Even that if the guy's first pro fight, I don't think Jake Paul will survive. But he's fighting whoever needs to fight, obviously, to cash out. Understand he's looking for the business side of it. But yeah.
Yeah, I find that a bit ridiculous. But I saw a picture of you training at was it Wildcard Gym a few years ago. How was that experience? And did you get a chance to meet Manny Pacquiao or anyone like that?
Manny Pacquiao is one of my favorite fighters. So and so was Fred at that. Fred's always been one of the greatest all-time famous trainer. So when I went on my journey, I went to Vegas, went to Floyd's gym. We trained there, trained with a couple of coaches there. We tried to get some sparring there. It was one of the best experiences. Then we traveled to Los Angeles, and this wasn't my first time meeting Fred Roach. This was my second time. So by this time, Fred Roach actually asked me to come. He approached me. Not that he remembered me, but he approached me saying, "Oh, listen, you're looking good, and I want to invite you for sparring. So he come to me. I didn't ask him if I can get in sparring or anything. I mean, the first time I met him, I was just doing my training. I didn't get no sparring. This was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. But when I met him recently in 2018, he asked me to come for sparring. He had one of his guys called Joe something, was super flyweight, and he goes, he had a date, so he wanted me to spar him he wanted to spar him and prepare his fight for that date. So I said, yeah, sure. And then what they do is now his fights spar downstairs. They've made a special private thing, so where Cotto, Manny, Pacquiao, and when they do get in a camp, they all train and spar there. And upstairs is just like more like a tourist thing. A lot of people, I mean, it's packed. People are training from all over the country there. So I went there the next day, and I sparred his boy. And the first 3 rounds, I was boxing him, and then Freddie was very impressed. So I didn't have no one in my corner, so Freddie took out his boy and he put another kid, and then he goes to me, come to my corner. So I went to Freddie's corner, and Freddie was doing my corner for the next 3 rounds, and the 6th round there. Freddie was really impressed, and he goes, "You're very fast, you're very skillful." He goes, "Why don't you stay here? I can help you out for whatever you can for 3 weeks, and you help us out, keep giving our guys sparring." But I couldn't stay that long, so I was like, "I'll be here for 4 days, and then I gotta go back, got my own stuff to do." But it was great. I mean, he gave me a lot of complimentary, and I watched Freddie when Pacquiao, when Pacquiao was signed up with him when I was very young. So I've been watching all of them the whole time during TV. So it was a great experience, one of the best experience ever for him to give me one, give me advice in the corner. Really good.
Yeah, that must have been a big confidence booster, right?
100%.
Someone like Freddie Roach, one of the greatest coaches in boxing of all time. I mean, is that something you look to do in the future? Or maybe in training camps, go there, or I think stay based in England?
Hopefully, get this fight done with. I would love to experience that again. I mean, my coach, I'm training with John Tandy now. He's to work on with Oscar Deloy with the Golden Boy prospects. So he's a very, very he's got a lot of knowledge himself in the sport. So I'm happy with my coach right now, but I'll definitely love to go there and get some more experience out there, because there's America is one of the best country in boxing, I think. So yeah, definitely would love to go there and get some more knowledge and some more experience.
Nice. And you're ranked around number 13/14 in the WBO rankings from different sites. How long do you think we will see you fighting for a world title?
I mean, my team plans hopefully is maybe if it depends on this performance that we're putting against Ajaz Ahmed. Right, we focus on him, so we're not overlooking Ajaz Ahmed. He's, like I said, he's a tough guy, and he's coming to give it all. So we just fully focus for him. So once we get the job done, hopefully, we'll be very soon. It depends how we perform in this fight.
Nice. And you also met. I saw a picture of you and Mayweather, so the biggest name in the boxing right now. How was that experience meeting someone like Mayweather? And did you get to talk about anything, or was it?
No, I mean, it was like he was doing a tourist thing with one of the company, and my manager asked me, "Listen, I can get you in for one of his show. Do you want to come? Do you want to meet him?" And so I was like, "Yeah, that's perfect." And it was a great opportunity because Floyd's one of my favorite fighters as well. So yeah, I ended up seeing him. It was great. It's great when you see an idol and someone that you've always watched and what you want to learn from him. So it was great. I might see him at that time. My hand had done operation, so I had bandages all over my hand. I think it was my right hand. Yeah. So he asked me, "What happened to your hand?" And I told him it happened last night. So we spent few minutes talking to each other. He gave me some motivation. He goes, "Carry on, get some more bills, and come at the Mayweather gym, and hopefully we'll meet again." But I mean, like I said, it was very, very high confidence boosting for me to see him and meet him. Yeah, it's very hard to it's very Floyd is very hard to meet because of how he is, how he keeps secure and all that. And he's not around all the time. If you go Mayweather gym, it's like a tourist place. It's packed up. You don't really meet guys.
Yeah, so, it must have been motivating seeing him in it, right? With the with the expensive watches and with the you know what, that's my potential as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, he's a true entertainer, and seeing him definitely boosts my confidence. Yeah.
I mean, you're wearing a nice watch right now. What watch is that? Mashallah. It looks,
Oh no, it's just a Rolex night,
That's a
man.
Frank Warren contract, yeah. I'm gonna before we end the interview, I'm gonna give you a few light questions. That's what I do at every interview. So we're gonna start off with your dream matchup. So it could be any weight class and any era. So who would be your dream matchup?
Definitely Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson. I think
No,
that's
I
a
mean
fight.
you. I mean for
Oh,
you,
me.
yeah,
Oh, for
you
me.
fighting anyone?
My dream matchup. I mean, hopefully, I would love to get in a ring with Inui. You know, right now he's a
Okay,
monster. You know, I'd love to share a ring with him. Even Pacquiao, like anyone like these guys, if I can share the ring, it'd be like an honor first. So I've been looking on. You know, there's so much learning from them. So getting a ring with him, I just want to see how it is. So yeah, definitely, man. Inui and Manny Pacquiao, definitely.
Manny Pacquiao. All right, nice. And who is your current favorite boxer to watch?
To watch, I still watch Lomachenko. I think is
Okay.
a lot of people are they talk about his last fight against Lopez, uh, but I still think he's one of the most great skillful fighter as an amateur they've ever produced, and he's brought it to the pro game very well. He took a very very hard fight, and I think it's one of the and Canelo Crawford, but Lomachenko like skill wise definitely.
Okay, nice. And obviously, I'm gonna ask you now. This is funny. Which one do you prefer? So, kind of a boxer. So Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali?
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. Yeah. I mean, I got the Tyson teacher, but Muhammad Ali though.
Mike
uh,
Tyson is the baddest man on planet ever to walk, probably. But Muhammad Ali just is a phenomenal guy, man. As a boxer, as a human being, so that's the reason Muhammad Ali.
nice. The next one is Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao. I'm on about just
Uh,
general preference and not about matchup because the matchup's already happened. But
I mean, like what? As in, like, whose legacy is better, or just
who do
pick a
you
random?
like? Like, who do you
Or
like?
who do I like?
Yeah,
Do I like? I like Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao. Any reason? Is there something
I
about?
think he's just He's an entertainer, man. He's just entertaining, and when it comes to a fight, he gives everything, and that's what a fight fans want to see. Someone gives everything. Um, you know, I know the skills are very good to have, but then again, sometimes people really actually want to see a fight, and he's the kind of guy that gives everything. He's a warrior, a true hero. So definitely him.
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao. I mean, still winning fights at this age. So,
Yeah, at this age, exactly.
I'm gonna ask you a few fight predictions now. So I'm gonna start off with it's a really big fight. Possible. I'm not sure if it's been official yet, but Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury.
Great fight. Both one of the best heavyweights from UK that UK has produced. I'll say Tyson Fury for that fight.
Tyson Fury. How do you see him winning?
Um, I just see him outboxing Fury. I mean, I see him outboxing Anthony Joshua. Yeah, maybe he can even pull out a knockout. It depends how he is. The thing with Tyson Fury is how his mental state is. He can do lots of stuff. He's got a strong mentality. Very good. Yeah.
It's Tyson Fury. Yeah. The next one is Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence.
Oh, it's gonna be a great fight, man. It's 50-50. Someone asked me this as well, man. This is a fight I would love to see. The two great fighters. They're both very great, skillful fighters. It's just who comes with a better game plan and whose day is it, I reckon. So it's a very close fight.
So you gotta pick one, man.
I'll pick Crawford.
Crawford. All right, cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting. All right, this one is in your weight class. Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez versus Juan Francisco Estrada. Who do you see?
Both again, one of the best ever super flyweights. They're gonna leave a lot of legacy behind them when they do leave the sports. For this fight, Estrada, because I see Estrada still got the engine running at him. Chocolate, he's great, skillful. He still, like I said, he's still number one in the super flyweight. But against Estrada still got better engine.
Okay, Estrada, interesting. And the biggest matchup, Kaisy Khademi versus Ijaz Ahmed. What's the prediction for that?
Kaisy Khademi, but you'll have to tune in. I've got some good plans set up, but definitely a big entertaining fight. So everyone tune in. Ijaz Ahmed, I'm not overlooking him. Like I said, he's a great fighter. He's coming to give his everything, and I'm really prepared for it. So, but 100% Kaisy Khademi.
February 27th, people. So I'd like to thank you for your time. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to before we?
Shout out to all my sponsors. Big Boating, is my strength conditioning coach. Shout out to JW Physio, who's been looking after my body after every training session. Great physio, and all whoever's been helping out, like ringsides, they've been doing great, helping me out with great equipment for the camp. Like they've been making literally special gloves just for my hands. So yeah, shout out to them big times. And Warren Management for being a great manager, and shout out to everyone that's been supporting me.
And
thank you for having me. Thank you for having
me. Thank you for coming out. Where can people find you on social media?
On the Kaisy Khademi, so Kaisy Khademi, on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. Yeah, I'm on all of them. So
nice. I'd like to thank you for coming on. Honestly, good luck for your fight. Hopefully, we'll see the finish, and then the next time you're on here, hopefully we'll see you as a world champion, man.
Yeah, inshallah. Thank you, brother.
Inshallah,
thank
man.
You, man.
So I'd like to thank you for coming on for MMA Diagnosis, and peace out, man. Take care, bro.
Inshallah. Thank you for having me, bro. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
Salam.
Salam.